Welcome to Salad with a Side of Fries. I'm your host, Jenn, talking wellness and weight loss for real life. We're here to clear up the myths, misinformation, bad science, and marketing to teach you how to eat and how to cheat. Are you ready? I'm having salad with a side of fries. Today, we're tackling muscle. So the first misconception I want to address immediately is that phrase we've heard, muscle weighs more than fat. You ever hear that one, George?
Yes. I've prayed to that God.
Right. Yeah. So guys, I hate to break it to you, but a pound is a pound. A pound of muscle and a pound of fat both weigh 1 pound. But here's where that phrase comes from. Because the space taken up by a pound of fat is much smaller than the space taken up by a pound of muscle. Muscle is more dense than fat, so a pound takes up less space when it's made up of muscle.
Okay.
Think of muscle like a brick and fat as a bag of sand, right? So if we were to look at the same size piece of something, the muscle would weigh more than the fat. If they were the same circumference, for example, right? The same size piece. But if we're looking at a pound of both, a pound is a pound. So it's not that muscle weighs more than fat. It's that a muscle is much more dense than fat. So it looks tighter and smaller, but weighs more than fat of the same size. So the first key to muscle, after understanding the brick versus the bag of sand, the key to muscle is something you've heard me say before, and that's muscle dictates metabolism. Muscle is metabolically active. The more muscle we have on our body, the more fuel we burn, even when at rest. So our body burns more when we're sleeping, when we're sitting at our desks, when we're binging Netflix, right? And of course, especially when we're working out, the more muscle we have on our body, the more we burn. So if we want to be able to eat and not have it impact our body the same way as it might right now, build muscle. I sometimes hear the objection from women that they don't want to get big, right? We don't want to bulk up. Ladies, my friends, build muscle. You really don't have enough testosterone to get big like you think of, like you're concerned about. Okay, so how do we build muscle? Resistance training. One of my mentors says, I want you to pick up heavy things and put them back down. Pick up heavy things and put them back down, right? Resistance can be your own body weight. It can be weights. We're at home. It could be water bottles, jars of tomato sauce. I know a couple people who are fans of the wine bottle biceps, right? The wine bottle thing makes it extra, like you're extra cautious not to break them. So maybe that adds a little more resistance. So when we work out with resistance, what's happening, the way it builds muscle is that it actually creates tiny tears in the muscle fibers that we already have on our body. In the repair of those micro tears in the muscle fibers, they grow back together and they grow back stronger. And that's what builds muscle and builds strength. So in addition to the resistance training, we want to support the repair of our muscles so that they can grow. So the repair of our muscles requires protein. You may want to consider a high quality branched chain amino acid to maximize that repair and muscle support. And to build muscle and help it repair and rebuild stronger, we have to allow our body to rest. So giving it time for those muscle fibers to rebuild. That's why it's recommended to not work out the exact same body part every single day, right? So that those muscle fibers can rebuild and repair. So there you have it, the maximum on muscle. Remember, a pound is a pound, but a pound of muscle looks like a brick and a pound of fat looks like a bag of sand, right? And muscle dictates metabolism. So focus on your resistance training and support your body's muscle repair. You got it, George?
Great. Yes, I got it.
Thank you for hanging out again today.
My pleasure. So great. Super, super stoked.
Absolutely. Love having you here. And as always, guys, I'm your host, Jenn Trepeck. Connect with me on Instagram at Jenn Trepeck, JENNTREPECK. Our Facebook page is at the same handle, and we want to hear from you. So send us a DM with your questions, your ideas, takeaway videos. It's also a great way to reach out to find out about those 2 spots remaining in my next group program. Of course, if you're not already, join our membership program by going to glow.fm/salad with a side of fries to get this week's recipe for saucy salmon salad. And everybody, thank you again for being here. Well, friends, that's it for today's episode of Salad with a Side of Fries. Congratulations for making yourself and your health a priority. Thanks so much for joining us. Be sure to click subscribe or follow on your favorite podcast platform. Share us with a friend, and we'll be back next week. Always remember, you deserve it, and you are worth it. Happy healthy.